Hi there, and welcome to another edition of your exclusive onboard footage from the 2020 Formula Ford racing season. So let us take you back to a beautifully sunny day, the last day in August actually, down at the fantastic Oulton Park circuit in Cheshire. A track that I'd not been to before, Dad hadn't been to before, although I'd driven plenty of laps of the place, having going round it again and again, and on the computer since I was a teenager through various touring car games and racing games. So I knew the layout, but I'd obviously never been there, and neither had Dad, as I say. So it was a great weekend, beautiful sunshine all weekend, and to top it all off, not only was it our first visit there, but it was the Gold Cup weekend. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Oulton Park Gold Cup is steeped in history. It goes back to the 50s, when it was actually a non-championship F1 event. The 50s and 60s it was classed as that, and in fact one year I think it even garnered an entry from a 3-car entry from the official Scuderia Ferrari Formula 1 team. So a lot of history there. You look back through the winners of it, I mean it was it's like a who's who, especially of British motorsport. 50s it was kind of Stirling Moss dominated it, John Surtees, Jack Brabham, Denny Hulme, the Scottish guys as well. Obviously you've got Jim Clark props up there, as he did in everything that he raced. He won it a couple of times. Jackie Stewart in more modern times, David Leslie as well in the more kind of modern era as well. So yeah, a fantastic event to be a part of, the Gold Cup weekend. And that was our trip down. So we went down on the Friday, set the on and up in the paddock, got our space laid out, fantastic facilities there as well. And then we had our bikes with us, so we took the bikes out and did a couple of laps of the circuit. I remember thinking, and it's a strange thing to think, maybe it sounds a bit stupid, but I remember thinking how green it was. Again, it's a country park, but it's really well kept. The grass is just that really vibrant green, so it was just a fantastic, beautiful setting to be racing in. So anyway, Saturday morning was testing, and then we obviously had to learn the circuit as well as try and get the car to do what we wanted it to do. But it was very tough because it was a mix. It was 2 mixed sessions on Saturday, meaning that it wasn't just us on track. You would be out with other Formula Fords. You'd be out with everything basically from Formula cars, from the Formula Juniors, etc., from the 50s up to kind of historic F1 cars. So you'd be trying to learn the track, but then you'd be coming up to slow guys and having to slow right down to get by them, and then you'd be thinking you'd get a good lap, and you'd see in your mirrors this Formula 1 car come flying past you, so you'd have to watch out for that as well. So it wasn't really an ideal environment to learn the track. So basically we just got an idea of the way the corners went, and the qualifying would be the first time that we had a chance to actually properly push the car and see how the balance was. So I mean, luckily we'd come off the back of Cadwell Park the weekend before, so we had a rough idea how the car would behave in these kind of fast flowing circuits, but it was a bit of an unknown anyway, so regardless. So I went into qualifying on the Sunday morning. It was the Monday morning with Sunday off to go and enjoy the Gold Cup and look at all the classic cars on display. Socially distanced, I have to say. They were very good at keeping everyone, distanced and safe for the weekend. I was quite impressed with that. So anyway, Monday morning qualifying. So we're out, and yeah, the car seemed to behave pretty well, and we got some good laps in. And they came back in, and we'd taken pole position, which was a surprise. Because again, after the running on Friday, we had no idea where we were pace-wise. So it was great to see that we had some good pace, and we were on pole. Most of the cars that weekend we'd been invited into the Heritage Formula Ford Championship, so most of the cars were a bit older, the kind of late 80s, early 90s cars. But I mean, we know from having raced a 90 car at Knockhill up until we got the current car you see behind us, which is 2012. We know how quick those things are, so again, although there was a bit of an excuse there for us to be in front, it was nice to be, I think, so far in front. I think we were around about a second ahead of everyone, which again, the cars we know don't make that much difference. So that was nice. And also there were some modern cars down there that our fellow Scots from Knockhill had made the journey down, and they were, I think Neil qualified in the kind of 5th or 6th area, and then Steve was a little further down again. So yeah, it was nice to be in front of not only the guys in the more historic cars, but also the guys in the modern cars, so that was good. Unique to the Gold Cup, it was a rolling start with the race. I think just again with a lot of the cars there that weekend, not so much in our category but in other categories, they were quite valuable historic cars, so they have a rolling start for all classes to make sure we get off the line safely. So again, looking at the car, we didn't change much. The car wasn't ideal, but it was fast enough obviously for us to be on pole, and I thought, you know, if we just have a gentle, easy, sensible start to the race, get away in the lead, hopefully we can convert it. And as you'll see from the footage, we did. It was a long race, 20 minutes, which is a long time when you're out in front, trying not to make a mistake. And as the race went on, the back end started getting looser and looser. And there was a couple of really fast corners at Oulton Park sweeping around the lake, because it was the full international circuit that we were on. And you're going, you know, 100 miles an hour plus there, and when you come into the corner and the back end just gives a sudden whoop, it's not a nice feeling. So towards the end I just backed off a little bit, tried not to make a silly mistake and take it home. But yeah, we did it. We took a win at the Gold Cup weekend, and I now have a trophy that says Gold Cup weekend winner, which is, again, it's nice to be part of that history. So fantastic event. Thanks to everyone who put it on and for taking us down, and yeah, enjoy the video. See you next time. Cheers. Bye.